Second episode of our holy triad of compressors. We did the 1176 history, we are gonna do the Fairchild history, and in this video, the mighty LA-2A. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixBest TV. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugin special discounts and offers, and of course, if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixBest TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses on so many different genres, mastering courses, special videos, and a lot more. And if the videos are helping you, please consider using the new feature, the super chats down here, and support the channel. Let's get to the video. It's the most simple compressor ever made. It only has two knobs, gain reduction and gain, yet is one of the most sought after, used, and legendary compressor ever made. The LA-2A was invented by James F. Lawrence, founder of Teltronics Engineering Company, Pasadena, California, in the early 60s. The 2A had evolved from Lawrence's first leveling amplifier, the LA-1, and its successor, the LA-2A, had been adopted by CBS and RCA. In 1976, Lawrence sold Teltronics to Babcock Electronics, and in 1976, Bill Putnam bought Babcock Electronics, including the Teltronics brand. There are three generations of Teltronics amplifiers: LA-2A Gray, LA-2A Silver, and the original LA-2. Jim Lawrence served in the Navy during World War II as a radar operator, studied electrical engineering, and worked at JPL in his young years. During his stint at KMGM in Los Angeles, he became frustrated with having to write the gain manually to keep a constant level on air. From that frustration was born the idea of a leveling amplifier. His revolutionary idea was to create the world's first leveling amplifier utilizing optical sensor. This optical attenuator, known as the T4, is what gives the LA-2A its gentle, program-dependent compression. The LA-2 was the next iteration, featuring a larger VU meter than the LA-1 and the addition of the now legendary T4 optical attenuator photocell. Nowadays, this predecessor of the LA-2A is extremely rare and very hard to find. In 1962, Lawrence reconfigured the LA-2 into the LA-2A, sporting a gray faceplate and a change to the messy layout of the unit's interior wiring. The shorter, cleaner wiring enabled the LA-2A to have a lower noise floor than its predecessor. When Bill Putnam's Studio Electronic, later on renamed U-Ray, bought Babcock Electronic and Teltronics brand with it, producing the LA-2A, simply swapping the gray faceplate for a silver one. As the development of solid-state technology matured, U-Ray launched more limiting amplifiers with the patented T4 optical attenuator, but without the space-consuming tube circuitry. As products like the LA-3A, the LA-4, and the LA-5 gained popularity, the sales of the LA-2A slowed down until it was discontinued in 1969. It's hard to imagine people throwing away tube gear, but solid-state was all the rage back then. That is, until engineers started missing that sound and that musical and slow and gentle compression. At that point, prices of the LA-2A skyrocketed. This prompted two limited edition reissues, one in 1970 and one in 1980, and then a full resurrection of the LA-2A in 1999 by Universal Audio. Faithfully replicating that original T4 cell was an easy task, and they had to work with modern physicists as well as the original developers of that 60s era photocell. It's kind of ironic how the most simple compressor out there, completely foolproof, it actually required a very complex design. The LA-2A is both program and frequency dependent. The average attack time is 10 milliseconds, while the release is about 60 milliseconds for 50% of the release, and between 0.5 to 5 seconds for full release, depending on the material. Today we have many reissues of the LA-2A. We have different types of T4 cells with different attack, different release, different everything, and there are many companies that do their spin-off of this legendary design. But if there's one thing we can learn from an 80 years old design that is still at the top of its game, is the newest fad is not always better. And this is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Leave your comments down below and don't forget to leave a like. And if the videos are helping you, please consider using the super thanks, the new feature, and support the channel. If you want to know more about all the different topologies of compressors, their uses, what's the best unit, plugin, and hardware, I have a dedicated series for each and every topology. I'll put the link in the info box down below or here somewhere. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.